What's up, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and Libub? This is DL back here with a triple upload because I'm on the grind. Back here bringing you some KSL Season 4 action. Not bringing you Week 2 this time. It's not the best game I've ever played. I mean, I won, but it was just dumb. I want to bring you quality content, and so we're bringing you a match against a quality opponent. It's my friend Kohanx. I think he prefers Konex. Good friend of mine, good pal, big fan, by the way. Mostly plays Wi-Fi leagues. I've helped him win championships. I mean, this guy's good. He's won leagues like the PCL, I believe. He's done well in leagues like the TBL. He's won his own league before. He'll brag about Aquajet, Primarina, stuff like that. Yeah, just taking on Koinks and the Reno Raikou. He didn't really love his team here, but it was pretty scary for my team because he has a Mega Mawile and my Steel type is Togedemaru. And he also has a Latios. I'm like, oh god, Pokemon, you need a Steel type to counter, and I have Togedemaru. Let's see if Toge's up to the task. See, he had some pretty threatening Pokemon on his team. Those two are really scary. Nidoking, also a threat. Mandibuzz is just super bulky. Rotom Wash, great pivot. Arcanine, you're not really sure what this thing's gonna do. Yeah, so let's go into the team builder. So our first one we brought was Mega Glalie. I felt this had a lot of breaking power. His steel type was Mega Mawile, so I could really smack that with Earthquake. Fizz Def Rotom doesn't really appreciate Freeze Dry, so we're running the Naive Nature with 40 special attack to hit that. And Arcanine also adds Sped and Smack with Earthquake. And then Ice Shard, I felt, yeah, its ability to break Mandibuzz was also really appreciated. And Ice Shard was nice to keep Latios in check, or something like a Scarf Nidoking. And then Chinchino, which I picked up at this point in time because of matchups like this. It's had a lot of breaking power. Koinks had a lot more offensive of a team, so Hoopa Unbound was really threatened. But Chinchino had a really nice speed tier. Like Tail Slap, 2-hit KOs, Mega Mawile. So he had a really tough time trying to deal with this. I think he had like a Gourgeist on his team, so not the best ghost type. And then Rock Blast was super nice for threatening Arcanine and Mandibuzz. This is some of that clutch coverage I was talking about in my draft analysis for why I picked up Chinchino over Ambipom. And then some momentum with U-turn. Gliscor, I got a pretty fast Gliscor. I think, yeah, this should outspeed Nidoking with some physical defense, mostly to take on, threaten Nidoking, take on Mega Mawile, which is a really big threat to my team. We have Toxic for things like Latios, or Gourgeist as well. We have a AB Togedemaru. This is our Latios check. Basically max speed, max attack. Nuzzle, really nice on these sets. This should also, be a sort of check to Mega Mawile. Outspeeds Nidoking, outspeeds Rotom, outspeeds Arcanine. Really good speed tier against this team, and paralysis support, and the momentum's really appreciated. And we have this was a pretty cool set. We have a Life Orb, Magikarp, Clefable, Calm Mind, Moonblast Flamethrower, with enough speed to outpace an Adamant Mega Mawile, which is what I thought he would bring. And we should be able to kill with the Life Orb most Mega Mawiles at +1 and be able to outspeed, which I thought gave this a lot of really cool sweeping potential against this team. And then my last one is Assault Vest Shell with Regenerator. I jump kick, knock off, U-turn, fake out. Some nice priority, momentum is really valued here. Getting rid of things like Latios, Nidoking, Rotom, Arcanine, all those things really like their items. These three in particular. And we have enough bulk so that we can switch in on Nidoking, knock off a Life Orb, and take some more hits. Yeah, this is my primary Nidoking check, since the combination of its dual stabs, Earth Power hitting Pex, Sludge Wave hitting Clef, and throw an Ice Beam for Gliscor really threatened my defensive core. So this was a nice glue piece to put in So something I really appreciated about a lot of my mons, particularly Mianxiao and Decidueye, where some of my offensive mons can be tailored to sort of fill in some gaps for my team defensively. So as a team preview, Mega Mawile, definitely expected these four for sure. I'm not really too scared about Rotom, though it's definitely a threat. Like I have Assault Vest Togedemaru designed to take this on, and like AV Mianxiao is pretty nice. I'm not really sure what kind of Arcanine this is going to be, so I'm a little scared about that. So I should lead Mianxiao. He should like fear this being Scarf. I just felt like this had a lot of good matchups against a lot of his potential leads. My new Nidoking was going to be a rocker, so I thought he might lead with it. So he leads Arcanine. So I'm going to fake out here to try to gauge his set. And he's going to show he's relatively physically defensive with leftovers. So I'm going to go for the U-turn here. And he switches into Rotom, which is really nice. Because this is going to give me a free Chinchino. And he should fear something like Bullet Seed coming out here. So I'm going to go for a U-turn, predicting him to switch. Though, yeah, if he was physically defensive, I don't know if Bullet Seed would have killed Rotom. But yeah, I just U-turn, and I go into my Gliscor, get my Toxic Orb activated so I don't get Will-O-Wisped. And just take this as an opportunity to get up my rocks, which should be really nice for threatening things like Arcanine, Mandibuzz, Latios, Rotom. Like, none of these really appreciate rocks. We're going to we're going to dodge a Hydro Pump, which is unfortunate for him. I wasn't sure what his stat was at the point. I'm going to predict Nidoking to come in and double into my Mianxiao. It's really nice as I'm able to knock off this thing's Life Orb. So he gets up rocks, but I think rocks hurt him more than me. And then I'm going to be able to finish him off with the high jump kicks. So I'm going to go to Latios here. I got my dedicated check in Togedemaru. So thankfully he has Psychic, not Psyshock, so I'm going to be able to chew that up pretty nicely. And just get off a free Nuzzle here. I don't think he'll bring Rotom Washout hard on this. We're able to paralyze Arcanine, just has to take some rocks. We can just pivot out. And we've now neutralized this Arcanine a bit. With it being paralyzed, just can be very annoying for it if it gets fully parried. That mostly helps Chinchino and Mega Glalie. So we're going to miss a Toxic on Latios. This is really unfortunate because a Toxic on Latios would have made this game much easier for Gliscor. Because if this thing gets Toxic, then Gliscor 1v1s every other member of his team bar Rotom. So I'm going to go into Clef, and he's going to read that and go into Mawile. I'm going to go back into my Gliscor. So he goes for Iron Head, and this reveals that he is... This roll suggests that he's Jolly, but I'm not quite sure. But if he's Jolly, that's really annoying for my Clef, because I am EV'd to outspeed Adamant, and then kill it with my Life Orb, Flamethrower. So unfortunately that attack is not going to work out. He goes for the Pump, as I get the AV Mianxiao in. It's pretty nice, just a free knockoff, get rid of something's item. So he's going to go Arcanine, and knockoff into High Jump Kick is going to be able to pick up the KO. Brings up Mandibuzz, not really sure what he wants to do here. He reveals the U-turn, which is an interesting option. He brings this out, which is unfortunate, but thankfully my Gliscor is healthy. I really expected something like Swords Dance Thunder Punch set to try to break through my Toxapex, but so far he's just clicked Iron Head. And I don't really want to attack this because it won't kill. And I think I'm also in range of Sucker Punch here. So I'm just like spamming Roost. And yeah, Kohanx just doesn't enjoy Showdown Leagues. So Playroug's doing about the same as Roost plus Toxic Orb, but he has a chance to miss. So I'm just kind of playing for that. These turns are the ones where I wish this thing was Toxic. So he's going to reveal Tailwind, which is really scary because Mega Mawile under Tailwind. I guess this explains why he was Jolly. He's trying to outspeed things under Tailwind. So I'm going to predict him to go into Rotom here and just fire off a Zing Zap. So I'm going to crit him, which is unfortunate, but based on the damage, this suggests he's a more offensive Rotom. and I had a chance to 2-hit KO him anyways. So we're going to live that. I didn't really have a great switch into that. I guess I had Mianchao. But yeah, Togedemaru getting weakened is kind of annoying for Latios, but my Clef should barely be able to take it on. So you can see if I had leftovers here, this matchup would have been a lot easier. Clef versus Latios. But yeah, I'm predicting him to go into Small here, but he's not going for it. And yeah, if this thing had been toxic, Latios would have been dead by now, and this game would have been wrapped up. As I'm just forced to sack my Togedemaru, and Chinchino should force a kill here. That was a bad play. I should have tail slapped there. And this was a bad play too, because he didn't die to that, because I wasn't invested. But thankfully he Brave Birds instead of Roosts. I go Chinchino here. If he leads Latios, then I get a kill. And if he leads this, then I should be able to put it into range of my Glalie Earthquake. So thankfully I land my tail slap. As you can see, this does a ton. So this is 100% in range of Mega Glalie's Earthquake. I am not in range of Sucker Punch. So thankfully he doesn't crit. Get the EQ off. And then I have Ice Shard, which is able to pick off the Latios at this range. We're going to win 3-0.